Hi, everybody.
Hey, so how did you all enjoy our very first virtual con? How did you all enjoy our very first? So with us right now we have Booma, Cindy, Gina, I believe that's Drew, Angel, Marshall, Lauren, and Phil.
Hey guys.
Mute the stream on your side.
All right, so no more echo?
I hope so.
All right, seems good.
Yeah, things are good.
But yeah, this was our very first virtual con, and it was exciting and everything, but we did want to take a moment to kind of go back to the roots of Kawaii Kon. And for those who don't know, unfortunately, one of the founders, Marlon, passed away earlier this year. And we wanted to kind of, everyone's going to give basically their favorite story involving Marlon and the con. So let's start.
All right, then how about I'll start then. I've been with Kawaii Kon since its beginning at 2005, where literally there was like about maybe like what 15, 20 of us volunteers running this in con for like 2,000 people, where we only expected about 500 or so. We were all overwhelmed, and we basically pretty much all of us worked the entire weekend. You know, I don't think any of us knew what we were in for that weekend. And I was volunteering in tech at the time, and I had, we were packing everything up at the end of the night, trying to get everything out of the hotel that we were doing the first con in, and we were at like we had just packed everything into the room that we were storing everything in, and I had made a comment saying that, it's like, oh man, we worked so hard this weekend, and we were just doing everything now. I never even got a chance to like buy a Kawaii Kon lanyard. It was like one of the few things that I wanted from the con as a memory. And Marlon is sitting right now, standing right there next to us, and he's like, hey man, and he takes the one he's wearing off of him and gives it to me. And this thing I've had now for like 15 plus years now. And this is the reason why I'm still with Kawaii Kon, is because, we're, this is a giant family. And, none of us are, I mean, very few of us are related. Some of us are related by marriage, but we're all friends. We're all Ohana here. And that is why, a lot of us have been with Kawaii Kon pretty much from the beginning, so. And this is who Marlon was. Thanks.
All right, Cindy, you're up.
Okay. Well, my memories of Marlon are I think my favorite and one that definitely gonna miss the most is he used to hide in the X hall from Faisal. Um, so, I'm always pretty involved in my laptop and just not paying attention to my surroundings at conventions. I'm very, one track minded. Every so often, I would turn around. I don't even know where he came from. There's like one entrance, one exit right behind me, just sitting there. I'd be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing here? And one time I just saw him sitting there playing with Alton's daughter, Kaylin. And he's just like sitting on a hand truck in the middle of the floor and saying, I'm hiding from Basil in plain sight. And you know what? Basil never found him, so it worked.
Dude, it's that plain sight.
I just busted out laughing here.
Oh my gosh, that is great. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
For
like laughing
people who
too.
volunteered, like
Oh, I
that's
can't.
literally how a lot of it goes. I would be running around trying to get last minute stuff done. be
And
like,
Marlon would be
"Where's?"
out promising things to people
Yeah, Pete be
and
there
hiding
making
from
like,
Basil.
being like, "Here, Angel, have a malasada." It's like, Marlon, but what about all that other stuff? I had to get Angel a malasada.
It'll work out. It'll work out.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah.
So what about you, Gina?
So I think I'm one of the newer directors to join the team, but that didn't stop Marlon from really just really welcoming me to the team and to the Kawaii Kon family. And I I don't have any specific story to really share, just more the general feeling that when he would say everything would be okay, I felt like okay, I'm stressed out beyond belief, but okay, yeah, maybe it will be okay. Um, I always did appreciate too that once I started helping out with the lingerie fashion show, that he was always just so protective of our models. Like he was always there to just lay down the law and just regulate because, just cosplayers in general, you can get harassed, but he was just always there to stand up for us and to just make sure that we were feeling safe and okay. So just a general feeling of Marlin and kind of funny that Booma said that Marlin is the reason that um, he's still here because Booma is actually the reason why I'm still here too. Well, one of the many reasons, but Booma is one of the reasons why I'm still here too. So, um, yeah, that's my story, not story of Marlin.
I think that was an awesome story. What about you, Drew?
Yes, I have. I guess a couple memories. I haven't seen him around con too often because my head's stuck in the events room pretty much. But I see him pop around every now and then on his own panels, and he's always welcoming. Always a nice guy to see. Always laughing. One memory I had though, which which was really cool, is I think last year or the year before, I don't remember, but there was a anime called Rainbow Coco. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but Kawaii Kon was kind of um, featured in that a little bit. So one of the characters was it's kind of like a Phaso Marlin hybrid. So one
Yes.
up as that character, and I got to take a picture with him, and it was cool.
Yeah, if you want to see what would happen if Marlon and I ever had a kid, that anime did it pretty well. Angel, do you have a fun story?
Let's skip me and go to Mark
All
for
right,
for a
Mark.
little while.
Honestly, actually, after hearing all this, it's starting to make me tear up. Just, uh, but the first time I ever met Marlon, I was doing the lingerie fashion show. This is like maybe 2008, 2009. It was only like my third year, second and third year. I was super stressed at the time because I wanted to make sure everything was going great. No hiccups or anything like that. And Marlon came over to me and said, "Hey man, what's going on, bro?" I was like, "Oh man, I'm trying to do this thing. I want to make sure everything goes great." And he just tells me, he's like, "Hey man, just have fun, man. I mean, that's what we're all here for. We're all here to help each other out, have fun." I was like, that. I mean, for me, that one made it a lot more easier. I mean, after that, I started having more fun, not stressing too much about it. And then the last time I actually saw Marlon, I think it was the last con. I was just hanging out with Jason. We are doing stuff, and then we wanted to go to. I said, "Oh, let's go." Jason was like, "Oh, let's go see Marlon." I said, "Yeah, dude, let's go see Marlon." And then we had like a good talk in the hotel, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna miss that guy. I mean, he just made everything a lot more simple for me. I was like, okay, cool. I don't have to really stress out about it. Try to have fun, make everything all great.
For sure. Marshall, what do you got?
Like Booma, I was there for year one, but I didn't really staff till year two. And I think one of my fondest memories was from year 2 when we were in the hotel. For people who were there, video gaming at the time was in this small little room that pretty much turned it into a sweat box. But because we were in the hotel, we were after midnight, we just closed it up. And as the night was going on, people from different departments were coming in, and Marlon came in with this box of alcohol, and he was just it was fun because we were all exhausted. I have blurry memories because I had like 101-degree fever. We had freaked out earlier on Saturday night because that was where we had the concert and we had no security. And it was just a fun night because just as after midnight everything had closed, but we just started like congregating to the video game room and everyone was just hanging out there until it was like 3 a.m. and security was pounding on the door going, what the hell is going on in there? And we're all pretty drunk at that point. I know I don't tell stories well, but it was a fond memory.
No, I thought that was good. Matt, do you have something?
Yeah. The first year that I volunteered, the actually probably one of the first people I met in the convention center from all the directors was Marlon, and I guess I was really lost, and he could tell that I kind of was lost because the convention center was so big and I didn't know where to go. And I remember him being like really nice and being like, "Oh yeah, so what department are you part of?" And then he kind of like pointed me towards the um arts alley, and he was telling me the whole time while he was kind of guiding me there that the most important thing was that us as staff have fun, and because if we can have fun, then we can have a fun event for everyone else, and then everyone who attends will also have fun. And I guess meeting him, and from that very first time, like meeting him as, I guess, from all the other directors, I wanted to help the con more because of him, because he made it seem like, as long as you're having fun and you're trying your best, then everyone else at the con will have fun too. So it's probably I guess, the memory I remember the most about him.
Cool. So Lauren.
So, like Buma, I did start off the con year 1 with everyone, and I remember back in the day, the founders, Marlon and them, they used to come down to Hawaii just for like a meet and greet, just to get like the con rolling. And ever since meeting him the first time, it's always been a joy seeing him like every single year. And every year, I'm really gonna miss it, is those Marlin hugs that I'm pretty sure everyone has gotten at one point during the con. So it's like this big bear hug that you know that nothing can go wrong during the whole week, and like I don't know, I'm just gonna really miss it. So one of the memories that I have, or I do have many memories of him, and a lot of them I cannot share because it's not PG. But
Not suitable for Twitch.
not suitable for Twitch. Yes, because it has, yes. Um, but one of the memories, because being that I started this whole like I guess co-director role when I was 16 years old, 17 years old, and so many times I just really wanted to quit because like con is fun, but it's just stressful. But having a conversation with him and telling him about all of my stresses is just, he just knows what exactly to say to keep you going and keep you energized, because he's just like the heart of the convention. Like, Faisal, we love you, but you're like the brains, and
Man.
he's definitely he's definitely like the heart. Like, just really gonna miss his laughs, his conversations, him constantly hiding from Faisal and like him coming into the registration booth just to see what's up and see how's it going, if everyone's okay. It's just gonna be one of those things that we just have to get used to, I guess. But we're definitely gonna miss him, and I definitely love him so much. Sorry.
Phil?
Yeah, so there's a lot of memories with Marlon. Just like Lauren said, yeah, some of them not available for Twitch. However, when I first met Marlon way back, I was introduced to him as the one that doesn't wear his badge. So I've
You
always made it a
still don't
point.
wear your badge.
Yeah, he still doesn't wear his badge. He still never wears his badge. But made it a point to make sure that he does wear his badge. I always give it to him like initially. Um, just like some of us, we worked at other cons, and um, I finally got to know him, and we had like a talk at one of at MizuCon, which no longer with, but um, it was just in a room. We were just talking, getting to know each other, and stuff, and it was just one of those things where it's like he kind of gets you and he doesn't judge you, and it's really amazing. And also on top of what Lauren's saying, like he'd always come into registration and just says hi, and he knows how stressful it is during the convention. And to me, he's always made it a point to, no matter when it is, to hug, to give you a hug and saying it's okay, you get through it. That's something I'll miss every con, because it is that hug from Marlon. um he'd always make it a point to try and find you and just give you a hug. So yeah.
All
So
right,
Faisal,
Angel.
we're expecting
Oh,
a hug now every con.
I'm sorry,
I
but
give you a hug every con. I think I give actually everyone in
Bear
this
we
hug.
all
Nice.
Bear
before.
hug.
we all
Nice.
we all give each other
Nice.
hugs. Okay,
Nice.
so like I'm last. I've been tearing up a little. I'm sorry, but I have a couple of memories. Of course, everything like what everybody's saying is not PG rated, but I have two that I would like to share. That is pretty funny. There was one year when I was I guess I was working out kind of a lot, and then I was like showing Martin like, hey, look at me, and then he started flexing his chest. He's a pretty big, like I mean, he's a man, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, he started like flexing his chest, and that's like my funniest memory of him. Um, but my other memory of him was like, as what he does for people, he really lifts you up. So like, there was this one time, I don't remember what year it was, but it was like where I had to like kind of take care of something. It was for an interviewer, and like I was kind of stressing out because I was like, I don't know, I never had to do this kind of thing before. And I like how should I be? How should I treat this person or whatever? Like is it what should I do? And then like Marley's just like just be yourself. Have fun. Like it's not. While it is about them, it's about you. It's he just gave me a talk that like was just motivational. So that's my thing.
Like, so for a lot of attendees, you may not have had the opportunity to meet Marlon. As I mentioned earlier, he was one of the main founders. Like for me, I've known Marlon since I was 15. We volunteered together at Anime Week in Atlanta. That's where I'd met him. And I knew about them wanting to start up a anime convention in Hawaii, and I was like, well, I'm just way too poor. I'll never go there. Sorry. And after like 5 years, yeah, uh, they needed some help with the dealer's room, and they brought me over. And I looked at it, and I was just like, man, Marlon, you really suck at running cons. Did you know that?
Oh
And he
my
kind of
god.
looked at me. like deadpan. Like this was my first feedback I gave him,
Yes.
You're
and
Yeah.
he's
you're
just like,
great.
I really do. And I was just like, I should help you. And
That
we
sounds like
stayed
fun.
up until 5 a.m. that night as I like detailed every single thing I saw. And I was just like, why is this sun like this? Like, where is this? Like, did you know that these directors are doing this and don't know what like this other director's doing? And Marlon's like, yeah, we should do something about that. And that's kind of what got me started with Kawaii Kon. It's how I met my wife. It's how I've met pretty much all my friends. Like Kawaii Kon's super special. It's something that I really hope that we can continue forever. Um, but if you have one thing that you can pull away from Marlon, is you should go for it. Your force of spirit, your friendliness, just putting yourself out there can make ridiculous things happen. Like Marlon was a smart dude, super charismatic, but he really wasn't cut out to run a con. But Kawaii Kon, like, look at Kawaii Kon now. Like, that is something that's his legacy. And it's something that I think most of the crew and most of the volunteers who have been here for a while, like, I think we've all pretty much sold our souls to the con. And I know Lauren always says that she wants to quit, and we're like, well, we'll let you borrow your soul back for a few years, you know, but it's still the cons.
No escape.
Once you're in, you're never escaping.
Yeah, that's what I tell all the staff. You
This
never
is
get to
true.
escape.
This is true.
We signed our soul over to phase one, Marlon.
No matter how far you live or move.
Yep.
Yeah, PJ knows. No
Yeah.
matter where he moves.
No matter where you
Marlon,
move.
Marlon and Faisal always found him.
Yeah.
Faisal,
You found
that
me.
first
Mm.
that first year you appeared, Faisal, where like none of us knew who you were, but we just saw you going around looking at all of us. Like in video gaming, we had no clue who you were.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
very confused at lots of
This
stuff.
guy came in with Marlon and he's like straight up started judging all of us. It was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Me and Lauren looked at each other like, what are we, what is this?
Like,
What's going on?
Who the heck is this guy?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that, like, Marlon, he really turned that into like funny thing, you know? Like
Yeah.
that was just his thing. Like every single negative there was. I mean, I'm not saying Faisal was a negative, but it's just that
He'd always try and find a positive for it. Like he was just like make it like even if it's stupid, it was just it's like,
Yeah, it was definitely one of those, like, I'd be like, this guy is, you know, so dumb and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, no. And he'd like explain to me like their backstory and he'd know a lot about everyone.
I felt like you were gonna say this
And
person is very sus.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's pretty much. But we don't want to keep you guys too much longer, but like for reals, the con, all of the attendees, every single one of you, all the volunteers, like you guys are a Hana. This is something that like even when we couldn't hold the con, we're doing something virtually. We have a lot of directors who are like, oh, it's kind of like con weekend, and they're getting excited. And
yeah.
I think this weekend reminds a lot of us that cons are a huge part of our lives. It's a bit like it's a glimmer of hope and a glimmer of positivity in a overall negative world right now. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
I bought some things today, so it did remind me of the con. And I ate a lot. I ate a couple of snacks that I really shouldn't, because that's how con is. For us, I think we eat kind of whatever.
Oh, we all gained like
Straight
5 pounds
coffee
after
all
the
day.
con.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
I had to
Just
like have that
coffee.
kind of. I had to have that kind of experience this weekend.
I'm sorry. We leave food all over the place, and then Marlon, he used to come by like, who's? Why is that sitting there? Oh, is anyone eat that? Can I have it?
Yeah, I think you and the registration would always come to video gaming and pick up drinks from video gaming. Or you and registration.
I'm guilty of that.
We
I
get
know that.
Yeah.
we get Monster from you guys.
That's true. That I think that was the more stressful years for Phil and Lauren. They would just clean us out of our monster, the strawberries or whatever.
So hopefully a lot of attendees will consider volunteering with us. Like,
Mhm.
as Lauren did mention, it's sometimes it's stressful, it's sometimes not fun, but overall, it's fun. It's very fulfilling, and you truly make lifelong friends. You make lifelong relationships. Like Lauren and Angel met at Kawaii Kon and they're married. Me and Courtney met at Kawaii Kon. We're married. Hopefully, some other people who met at Kawaii Kon will get married.
Oh,
Chris got
there's a few already. There's a
Yeah.
few.
Yeah, I
There's-
mean,
yeah, there's so many already. So yeah.
Some better than others.
At
Still
Con,
blaming
I
you,
was just
Lauren.
thinking in this chat
anyone.
particularly.
Yeah,
Don't
no, I
at
understand.
us.
I'm still blaming you, Lauren.
Okay. Anyway,
Was it
but
Lauren who did it? This
I
is
think
Hazel's fault.
I think we
Oh,
don't wanna
what?
I think we wanna actually start closing up and head to our next event soon. But thank I personally want to thank everybody because like what Faisal said, this is like a little touch of positivity, and I myself and the rest of the directors were totally up for this virtual event, you know. So okay.
And also saying that everyone had a good time, even though it was a virtual convention. It's always good to see familiar names like pop up in the chat. Like I've seen some of our like members pop up. I've seen some regulars pop up, and it's because these are the people who support our convention, and they're also like they turned into our friends. So like Faisal said, QuakeCon is not only a convention; it's also a big family that we all get together once a year, and we just get to see each other and enjoy life with each other, and all of our our similar likes and dislikes.
And like one of the main reasons for me to do Comic Con Honolulu was just to have another weekend to run a con with like all my friends.
We get to see you guys twice a year. Woohoo!
Hey, and then we got a place and rented a room out, and then a pandemic happened, so we didn't get to go.
And then the world ended, but we can still have a convention because
Yeah.
technology. This is
Gonna
the
make next
best.
year's twice as impactful.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, so how about Booma and Gina? You end us off on a high note, since you two, out of everyone in this chat, I think, had to orchestrate the most for panelists and events.
I think Courtney had a bunch to do with that too, but
She's not in this chat though.
not in the chat, but I'll. Do you want to start, Gina, or you want me to start?
No, go ahead. I'm like,
So like we're all saying, we all of us really wanted to get this together and moving forward. We had some idea how to do something online and everything, but this is a lot of it is new for us too. And same thing with Con. Con was new for all of us for the first time. And we all grew, we made mistakes and stuff. But we learn, we move forward, and we make stuff better, and that's what we try to do at all these cons. Is every year we try to make things better and better. But like Faisal had said and Angel had said as well, the con can't happen without you guys. And we weren't certain that there would be anybody at the con, at this virtual con, and we had no idea. We wanted to put it on, but you guys make con special. Your appearances here, and as well as all our panelists and everybody. A lot of them too have probably never done this type of thing. They might have done meetings in Zoom and stuff, but we're asking them to take it a step up for them. So really appreciate what our panelists had done for us. All of our panelists have done for us this year. I was really amazed how this thing all came together. Angel and Josh, who's not on this call, I think is, they were our masterminds behind the scenes, making sure everything was running and all that. And it was really, really a very good experience, even on our end, I think. So I'm hoping that some of that has rubbed off on you guys and that you guys enjoyed this weekend as well too. Gina?
definitely. I don't have too much else to add. I mean, like, we're just really glad that everyone came out, and interacted with us because yeah, hopefully this is all of the good parts of con minus the well, I guess con crud would be COVID, but I mean like the usual con crud, like that you get sick after convention weekend, right? Or sweating through your cosplay or anything else like that. Like we hope that you really got all of the best parts of convention weekend. And even though we couldn't see each other physically, at least, like Lauren was saying, we got to see a lot of familiar names and faces like pop up in chat, and, leaving comments, encouragement. So really, we do this for you guys. And we are so thankful that, you guys continue to come out and support each other, support what we do as well. And it really just makes it all worth it. So, yeah, just thank you so much, guys. We're really looking forward to seeing each other again, um, soon, hopefully, fingers crossed. And yeah, just stay safe, stay con crud free. Guess Faisal can kick us off before Angel guys start some Among Us sussing.
All right. So
Murdering.
yes,
Oh
you should
yes.
definitely join Discord. I really wish we could go to Nocturna right now, but we can't, and Angel's always sus. So gotta remember that going into this next game. But one big shout out to the MVP of the con every year, Screen.
Screen.
Screen. You guys kept asking for Screen Con, and this is Screen
Yay,
Con. See, now you guys are
Screen!
rethinking Screen Con, and you're like, oh, in-person con with Screen is better.
Mm,
So,
agreed.
assuming Screen allows us to go back to our normal lives, see you guys next year.
Thank you, everyone.
We love
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Thank you.
Thank
Cat
you.
and Bulls shoots.